Today is Monday, 15th of December, 2025, and this is the Gospel Journal, Malawi. And the topic for this week is Messianic prophecies about Jesus' birth. Today, we are going to look at the guiding star prophecy. The guiding star prophecy. Now, we'll look at Numbers 24. Verse number 17. It reads, I see him, but not now. I behold him, but not near. A star will come out of Jacob. A scepter will rise out of Israel. He will crush the foreheads of Moab, the scars of all the sons of Seth. Well, as I said, Messianic prophecies about Jesus' birth is a topic for this week. And today specifically, we're looking at the guiding star prophecy. So from the Torah being the first 5 books, there was a prophecy about a star coming out of the house of Jacob. Now, why a star? That's the first question. But also, it specifically says that a scepter will rise from Israel. So a scepter being a rod or a stick of authority that is used by kings. It will rise from Israel. So this was the prophecy. But I like specifically Numbers chapter 24, verse number 17, the way the prophecy comes out. It speaks of someone who was really speaking out of something that was seen in the spiritual, but also negotiating with the flesh. So there is a discussion between what he sees and what he comprehends in the physical. So listen, it says, I see him, but not now. Meaning to say, in the spiritual, he was able to see a figure, but that figure was so far, it was not now imminent. And then it says, I behold him, but not near. To behold is something that is closer, but is not near. There is that discussion between what is sees in the spiritual realm and what is a reality in the physical realm. That alone speaks a lot about the authenticity of the prophecy, because it is something that is being decoded. Somebody who is struggling to understand something that is new to him. And then it says, a star will come out of Jacob, a scepter will rise out of Israel. So there is a mention of Israel and Jacob. So when we come to Matthew chapter 2, verses 2 to 5, we begin to see a fulfillment of what was spoken in the Torah about a guiding star prophecy. So the prophecy is looking at a star rising on a king, and that star will be the guide. Let us see what is written in Matthew chapter 2, verse 2 to 5. It says, where is the one who has been born King of the Jews? We saw his star in the east and have come to worship him. When King Herod heard this, he was disturbed, and all Jerusalem with him. When he had called together all the people's chief priests and teachers of the law, he asked them where the Christ or Messiah was to be born. In Bethlehem in Judea, they replied, for this is what the prophet had written. Now, you see, in the narrative Matthew provides, he specifically looks at a king who is Christ being born, a king of the Jews. Now, you cannot mention about the king of the Jews without tracing to the house of Jacob, without talking about Israel, as it is spoken in Numbers chapter 24, verse 17 in the Old Testament prophecy. But also, he's talking about, we saw a star, okay, in the east, and we have come to worship it. So we see that there was a star that was spoken before, and the star was seen and was the guide to the king. So we see the prophecy of a guiding star. I want to speak one thing to you, dear listener, that God works his miraculous power in a way that he is a guiding God and will always guide where salvation is. So we see Jesus being born, but there was a star that had guided the wise men from the east, but came to stop where Jesus was laid in a manger. And that was what is the prophecy in Numbers 24 was a struggle, because he said, I see him, but not now. And said, I behold him, but not near. But a star will come out of Jacob. So that makes a good complementarity aspect of the two portions of scripture, talking about the birth of Christ, but a star being the guide. We see the guide being spoken in Numbers and the guide being fulfilled in Matthew. May Jesus be your star, that everywhere you go, you should not miss your mark. You should not miss your partner. You should not miss your opportunity. You should not miss your blessing, that the grace should locate you, because Christ will be the star on your head. Good morning.